Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. Today we're continuing east on US Highway 98, also signed here as Emerald Coast Parkway, picking up at about mile 67.6 as we enter the unincorporated community of Miramar Beach in Walton County, Florida. Miramar Beach is part of the greater Destin South Walton resort area along Florida's Emerald Coast, with a population of around 8,500 to 9,000 residents and thousands more seasonal visitors drawn by high-rise condos, large resort complexes, and public beach access along Scenic Gulf Drive, the former routing of Old Highway 98 closer to the shoreline. As we roll through this corridor, US-98 functions as the main inland arterial, carrying heavy east-west traffic between Destin, Miramar Beach, and the master-planned communities farther down the coast. Leaving Miramar Beach, US-98 stays a multi-lane divided highway as it heads east through unincorporated Walton County, with commercial development gradually giving way to stretches of pine forest, wetlands, and scattered subdivisions set back from the roadway. This section of Emerald Coast Parkway has fewer major cross streets, so the highway feels more like a regional through route, linking the resort strip behind us with the South Walton Beach communities and connections to Interstate 10 via inland corridors such as US 331 to the north. The video in this area is sped up more than usual because the scenery is fairly repetitive, with long straight segments and access drives to residential and commercial parcels that are mostly screened by trees. Up ahead, County Road 30A branches off to the right, beginning one of Florida's best-known scenic beach drives through the Beaches of South Walton communities. Designated Scenic Highway 30A, this two-lane route follows the Gulf closer to the shoreline, passing resort towns such as Dune Allen, Blue Mountain Beach, Grayton Beach, Seaside, and Seagrove Beach, and connecting several state parks and coastal dune lakes along a roughly 24-mile corridor. US-98 continues straight as the faster, higher-capacity alternative, while 30A serves as the lower-speed scenic option with frequent beach access, bike paths, and village centers parallel to our route. Continuing east from the CR-30A junction, US-98 runs through Point Washington State Forest, and the surroundings become more heavily wooded, with long setbacks between the main line and any visible development. This area preserves tracts of longleaf pine and wetlands between Miramar Beach and the denser residential and commercial zones closer to US 331 and Santa Rosa Beach, so drivers see more forest edges and conservation land than strip development along the shoulders. Even though the forest limits direct access, side roads like County Roads 393, 395, and 283 connect US 98 to coastal neighborhoods and beach communities strung along 30A to the south. Next, US 98 approaches its junction with US 331, a major north-south corridor that carries traffic inland toward Interstate 10 at Defuniak Springs and forms an important hurricane evacuation route from the beaches. To the north, US 331 has been widened to 4 lanes all the way to I-10, improving capacity between the Gulf Coast and the interstate system, while just south of this junction, a high-rise bridge spans Choctawhatchee Bay to connect with Freeport and other communities on the mainland. We wrap up this drive as US-98 carries us into Inlet Beach at about mile 93.2, where Emerald Coast Parkway continues toward Panama City Beach. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment below, share it with your friends, follow on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.